BTS News Today. A shocking news shook the ARMY community around the world. In just the last 15 minutes, a leak of confidential documents from South Korea's giant entertainment agency, HYBE Labels, revealed something no one had ever suspected regarding two of BTS's most beloved and most talked about members, Park Jimin and Jungkook. This issue is not just gossip or fan speculation that often appears on social media, but is rooted in internal sources and documents that seem to be highly confidential, even by their own closest management. The news first spread through a South Korean online community platform known to have strong connections to the entertainment industry's internal sources. In a short time, the document went around Twitter, Weibo, and the international fan community, causing an unusually large wave of emotions from shock to anger to deep sadness. The document lists various internal communications between HYBE's top brass and BTS's management team, discussing emotional conditions, relationship dynamics between members, to strategic plans to manage their public image. However, what made the public so uproar was not only the content of the document itself, but how Jimin and Jungkook were referred to explicitly in a context that hinted at serious tensions. Even alleged image manipulation that so far many people do not know. In the leaked memos, there are several reports from HYBE's internal PR department that seem to be discussing the public reaction to Jimin and Jungkook's closeness. There is one section that clearly states that the relationship between the two needs to be kept within certain narrative limits, so as not to cause a stir that could damage the narrative balance structure of the BTS brand. The sentiment became very controversial among fans, because for many fans, the relationship between BTS members is something sincere and organic, not something artificially shaped by management. Further, one of the pages of the document records an incident that was never made public. It was said that there was tension between Jimin and Jungkook during rehearsals ahead of the last concert before both were drafted into the ARMY. In the internal report, the manager in charge noted that Jimin looked emotional and unapproachable after a closed-door meeting with Jungkook, who was later cited as making a request to be given some personal space sometime after the incident. This event, although it is only a brief excerpt in the document, has reopened old wounds that were previously only speculative. Many fans have noticed a change in the dynamic between Jimin and Jungkook since mid-2023, but no one has dared to publicly state that their relationship has deteriorated. All changed today, when the document was leaked and further explained that HYBE even devised an emergency communication strategy if these rumors got to the public. The document also discussed the possibility of limiting Jimin and Jungkook's involvement in the same project after they complete their military service. One internal memo mentioned plans to separate the two in solo and collaboration promotions in order to minimize the excessive expectations of fans that have been formed since the beginning of the debut period. This definitely took ARMY by surprise, as Jimin and Jungkook's closeness has not only been part of BTS's narrative, but also a source of happiness and inspiration for millions of fans around the world. The public reaction to the leak of this document was swift and intense. On Twitter, the hashtag #ProtectJiminJungkook immediately became the #1 trending topic globally. Thousands of fans voiced their anger against the management, demanding clarification and transparency from HYBE. Not a few also consider this document as a form of violation of the personal integrity of BTS members, considering that they have been known to maintain their privacy and internal relationships without having to submit to fabricated narratives. However, not all soldiers reacted with anger. Others felt that it was the right time to give Jimin and Jungkook the space to be themselves, without pressure from the agency or public expectations. Some large fan bases even issued official statements asking that fans not immediately speculate too much, but rather support whatever decisions will be taken by both in the future. The news of the leaked document also attracted the attention of major media, both in South Korea and internationally. In a short time, news about the contents of the document appeared on various news portals such as Naver, Dispatch, Koreaboo, to the Korea Herald. Even some television stations began to highlight the issue in their entertainment news segments, signaling the seriousness of the impact of the leaked documents on HBO's reputation and BTS's future. Meanwhile, there has been no official statement from HYBE regarding the authenticity of the documents in circulation. In a brief interview quoted by one of the senior journalists, a HYBE spokesman said they were reviewing the information and would provide clarification as soon as the internal investigation was complete. However, until now, their silence has only added to the anxiety among fans who want answers. No less important, the ARMY community also began to question Jimin and Jungkook's emotional condition at this time, especially because both of them were undergoing a period of military duty that was certainly not easy physically or mentally. The issue is further complicated because the psychological state of South Korean military personnel is highly guarded, and any additional pressure from the outside world could have serious consequences. Some entertainment analysts have also begun discussing whether this incident will affect BTS plans for a reunion in 2025. BTS is scheduled to reunite once all members have completed their military service, and many are pinning high hopes on this monumental comeback. However, with leaked documents revealing a separation strategy between Jin and Jungkook, observers began to wonder if HYBE was rearranging her comeback plans to avoid public polemics. Fans who have followed BTS for a long time know that Jimin and Jungkook's relationship cannot be reduced to just a narrative created by outsiders. The two have gone through so much together, from difficult trainee times, challenging debuts, to becoming global icons with incredible influence. Their relationship is not just a matter of fan service or stage content, but reflects a deep and complex friendship. So it is not surprising that this news makes many people feel heartbroken and confused. Some fans chose to remain optimistic. They believe that Jimin and Jungkook have the personal strength to weather this storm, as they have done for the past decade. Several posts on social media voiced confidence that the truth would be revealed in time, and that BTS members always try to protect each other, even in the midst of unimaginable pressure. Meanwhile, some of the international ARMY community have started an online campaign to ask HYBE to act transparently and stop manipulating members' personal narratives. The petition made in change.org has collected more than 500,000 signatures in just a matter of hours, demanding HYBE to respect the limits of their artists' privacy and personal freedom. Now, the whole world is waiting for an official statement from HYBE. Prolonged silence will only aggravate the situation and strengthen already widespread speculation. And if it is true that the contents of the document are valid, then HYBE has a great responsibility to explain to the public, not only because of their credibility as an agency, but also because of the moral responsibility toward the artists and the global fan community that BTS has stood firm with over the years. Whatever happens next, one thing is certain. This day will be remembered as one of the most critical points in BTS's career path, especially for Jimin and Jungkook. The day when secret documents revealed something that no one wanted to know, but could not ignore. The day when millions of ARMY hearts were tested with a painful truth, yet also a proof that their love for the members will never be shaken. Because at the end of the day, no matter what the document says, Jimin and Jungkook are still two friends, two brothers, two human beings who grew up together in the spotlight and in the shadows, and their story complex, beautiful, and unfathomable will live on in the hearts of those who truly love unconditionally.